You guys got the product so right and everything else so wrong. It's a shame. You did ask McAvoy's if they were open to be rebranded.
We did, yeah.
And in my brief I told you, yes, you could.
Yeah.
I would have absolutely loved to have done that and get our hands onto that product and try and rebrand it. The simple fact is, if we had gone to do that for you on that day and completely rebranded that product, I don't think we would have been finished, and we certainly wouldn't have got the POS. And maybe I was a little bit cautious. I was, because...
Leah Rodey.
I know.
Where's the Warriors?
I'd learned from previous tasks on not getting tasks finished, and if we had started to rebrand that packaging, we wouldn't have got the POS done.
That's where you guys come in.
Okay.
And that's what everyone was hoping you'd do. And you should have seen that the branding was at a prototype stage. It wasn't the branding. It wasn't the load of investment that McAvoy's had made in it.
That was...
Do you remember those words?
I do remember those words.
There's nowhere in it that it brings out anything like new, like unique, which it is.
Yeah.
And the simplest one of all, it's Irish. I have to go down here again into the small print to find that out.
Yeah, to be fair.
The little flag tells all that.
I could sit here and give you 100 million excuses. There's no excuse, really. It does need to be rebranded, and we should have done it. But I was conscious of getting what we were asked for in the brief done first, and then to focus on the packaging to get the POS done, which we were asked to do.
Oh, the POS.
Yes.
Okay. So, were you responsible for the footprints?
It was my concept, yeah, that we'd run footsteps from the door to the product.
Do you know one thing that you never do with the Irish flag?
You never put it on the floor, Bill, so people can walk on it.
Why didn't you tell him?
Dave did come up with the idea, and I loved the idea.
But it is obvious we'd never do that.
I know, but we weren't really going with the Irish flag.
This is wiping your feet on our flag.
In no way would I ever want to walk on the flag, on the tricolour.
But you're asking everyone else to.
I can see that point now, but I definitely wanted
but you didn't see it then.
No,
this is basic
I didn't.
stuff.
I actually thought we were going with the product on the footsteps.
So you're saying as project manager you didn't know what was going on?
I knew what was going on, but I think Dave took the lead on that one. He wanted it. That was his baby, so...
Well, what do I have to do to get you to say something?
I suppose ask me...
Ask you a question.
Me a question.
Say nothing till you hear more. OK. What did you actually do on this task?
Yeah, Bill, you know, myself and Barry obviously teamed up.
What did you actually do on this task?
Yeah, I was there with the entrepreneurs, Bill, asking as much questions as Barry was. All in all, you know, I did think I contributed quite a lot, to be honest with you. You know, it might not have looked that to you, but I think I did.
Well, I don't see where it comes in the equation at all, anyway.
Well, OK.
And Barry, I said before, everyone thought that you had two spare men beside you. And Jackie, what did you say they were like?
Bert and Ernie.
When the question came up that suited the lads, they did jump in and answer it, so it's
just once.
The two guys were obviously the focal point because they were beside the podium, so everyone was voiced at them. You know,
Will, sorry, you looked like the hard help.
Okay.
Because you didn't contribute at all
well,
to the presentation.
And you knew the product was terrific.
But I didn't.
And you didn't trust your own judgment.
Didn't have enough information on the other products, just in the line, in the price structure range. I just genuinely didn't.
What's the competition?
Well, there's no competition in this product. There's absolutely no competition.
There is competition. Think of it. What do you do in the evening if you're going home and you're hungry and there's nothing at home? What do you do?
You ring a takeaway.
Correct. And what do you get?
You get Chinese or something.
Or fish and chips.
I know, but I was worried about the competition in Spar. Like, I want people to go into Spar, not to go into Leo Burdocks down the road. So it was just literally, that's why I wanted to go in and see what's the competition beside me. And that's why...
It didn't matter because you have the USP.
Yeah.
You don't have to take it home and cook it.
Absolutely. You're dead right.
Nobody demonstrated it.
Exactly. Demonstration. Let me show you this product. Now, I'm going to pull this string, and you're going to be amazed at what happens, because this is unique. And you go on for a few minutes, and then you say, now let me show you how wonderful this is. And you personally could have gone around it, have a taste of that, have a taste of that, have a taste of that. Now you've made an impact. And you grab them in the first 10 seconds by saying something like, here's something you've never seen before. And I would have gone, well, because I haven't seen it before. Neither would have anyone in the audience. It was a simple one. Wonderful product. You keep sitting there just looking at me as if you're spare.
No, I'm not. I agree with you, Bill. 100%.
Well, as well as that, you kept mentioning the Michelin star.
Well, it was he worked in a Michelin star restaurant. He wasn't a Michelin star chef.
But you structured your entire presentation on a Michelin star.
He worked in a Michelin star restaurant. Yeah, and I don't... Yeah,
but
we did.
That's not the same thing.
I think I was being suggested, but it wasn't intended to literally pull the wool over or anything like that.
Barry, you call it spoofing. What task is this? Task 9?
9.
Well, you know, I have real concerns about the whole 4 of you. So who are you taking back into the boardroom with you, Barry?
I think over every task everybody has worked very hard, and in this task everybody tried.
You always give me a scale like this.
I support the team. I'm going to bring Dave and Will back.
Well, go on outside and justify that to these three. Because the next time I see you back in here in the boardroom, one of you will be fired.
Okay, Bill.
Off you go. You know, Jackie, the more I've seen and heard here, the more upset I'm getting. Because for me, this was a wow product. This is really something that I'd have loved to be involved in.
The product itself was the wow factor, and they completely forgot that.
Barry's volunteering for everything, and I'm wondering, are they all just stepping back and again, let's get a fall guy. Let's get a fall guy.
I just can't criticise somebody who did so much work and always worked so hard. I know we all work hard,
But I'm surprised that he hasn't brought Niamh back in. After all, she's the one who dropped the ball very much.
On the marketing?
On the marketing.
Mm-hmm. Let's find out what you have to say.
Hello?
Jane, would you ask them to come in, please?
Okay. Bill will see you now.
Three big men. And I asked you to find a new and exciting Irish product. And I asked you to put a marketing campaign behind it that would make the shoppers flock to Spar. So when I look at this is the marketing, and I say to you directly, Barry, why isn't Niamh in here in the boardroom?
Niamh works hard all the time, and she worked very hard on this task, and I didn't really want to criticise somebody for doing a bulk of the work. The whole team got it wrong on repackaging this. It wasn't just Niamh.
Do you think Niamh should be in here?
I do, Will. And I do think the marketing side let us down. I did put suggestions forward, and I just don't think all in all, it doesn't scream what Irish and what message getting across. So we have failed in that, so I do think Niamh should have been here.
What do you think, Dave?
I'd echo that, what Will said.
So who do you think is responsible for your failure in this task?
I think the key element is coming down to that we didn't tell the people who were sitting in front of us how special this product is.
So what about you, Will?
Yeah, I had mentioned it to Barry.
So who do you think is responsible for the task? Failing?
For the failing of the task comes down to a number of reasons, Bill. Obviously, we didn't sell it. We undersold it big time, you know. It lacked a lot of aspects that we were asked to do. I just don't think we sold it to them there, and visually we didn't sell it to them at all, because, again, our point of sales are important, but ultimately it comes down to the actual package.
So who do you think I should fire?
I think Barry, you know, made a good few errors, but I do think he's a strong individual. But based on, obviously, we're on the 9th task here, I do think a lot of it comes down to not marketing our product correctly, and I'd have to say maybe Dave, because just for his overall input of the last 9 tasks.
Who do you think I should fire, Dave?
On this task and solely on this task, like as you said, I don't think the passion was put across on the podium.
OK, the presentation always could be better. Any presentation can be better. But I think we had a unique selling point, but we had 4 or 5 other unique selling points.
So if I take the USP as being able to have a hot meal in 5 minutes, what's the other 4?
We could have also said that it's as easy as pulling the string. Like we
5-minute hot meal, that says that. That's the USP. Go on.
We had like method. We had like literally pull the string, ingredients, our Irish produce, and again, just description. A 5-star meal in 5 minutes.
What it was. A 5-star. There you go.
Yeah.
Then you just put that tagline onto it.
But that's what we had. We had literally those taglines the night before, supposed to be on the product, and they didn't arrive.
Did you instruct anyone of that?
I'll let you take this, Will, but we did instruct.
It was instructed. It was the night before. It was
To put that tagline, 5-star meal in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
A great tagline.
All these tags, which were brilliant, were going to go on to a poster, because, as we said, the 5 minutes and the pull the string and all that information
Dave,
is already on the box.
did you hear that tagline?
I did indeed, yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
And what did you say when you heard it?
Yeah, I liked it.
So what happened then?
Between myself and Niamh, the 5-star, that tag wasn't mentioned on day 2.
The footprints as well. Another instruction was that the product was to be on the footprints. I know you said about the flag, but you can't be walking on the flag, but the product itself was to be on the footprints.
The product itself couldn't have gone on the footprint because it was too busy.
It was just McAvoy's self-eating meal. That's all that we wanted on the footprint.
We did investigate it. We definitely did. If we were to put it on the foot, it would have been reading down like this.
It's fit in the
Why didn't you redesign it?
Yeah.
Why shouldn't I fire you, Dave?
Bill, I'm on a constant learning curve. I'm not claiming to be the perfect article at all. I'm a flawed character, but I want to learn. And I'm learning from everything that I'm getting here. It's too soon for me to go on this 100%.
Why shouldn't I fire you, Barry?
Like, I'm always learning. I mean, I've done so much in my life, and I'm not finished. And I want to be going when I'm 70 and 80 years of age. I'm hungry for work all the time. I love it. It's just, you've only seen a glimmer of me in these few weeks, and I've so much more to give.
Will, why shouldn't I fire you?
I've come into this competition, you know, as a salesman, and I've proved to you that I can sell, but I've also proved to you what else I can bring to the table. I've come on leaps and bounds this competition. I'm not done yet. I have a lot of enthusiasm, Bill, and I can bring a lot of attributes to your business.
Well, I'm disappointed in the three of you. I really am. Dave, you've gone into events management now, and you didn't manage this event. You have your own product now you want to take to market, and you're not showing me out there that you're going to be able to do it based on tonight's experience. Barry, you're an entrepreneur. You've been there, done that, backwards and forwards.
I'm still learning, Bill.
And I just don't see it in you. Well, Will, all I can say is you're young, you can sell, but you don't see the full picture. And that's probably one of the most important things of all. You have to recognise when it's not going the way it should be going, and I'm going to do something about it. You don't let it go down the tubes. And I suppose it's fair to say that in the 9th task, I have an idea who's going to bring what I need to the table. And it's on that basis that I'm going to say, Dave, you are fired.
Thank you very much.
Do you know why he's lost his task? A lack of passion. Passion. You get the task and you're going to make this work not to 100%, to 150%. And that's the only way you're going to stay alive in this race. Off you go.
The worrying factor, again, is going back to some of these candidates, the inability to see the all-round picture within a task. When things are going wrong, they don't see it. They don't recognise things in advance. They don't see...
When they do, they don't want to build it.
No, they don't see faults, they don't see mistakes, they don't see danger. That's not good in this climate.
Good isn't good enough anymore?
No.
Simple as that.
I don't know if I deserve to get fired. Like Barry said that he didn't bring Niamh in because she had done the bulk of the work. She had done exactly the same as me. And to be honest with you, I don't know how much Will actually did on this task.
Who are they? Barry and Will, is it?
They came here with a goal, and the goal wasn't to go out in week 9. It was to be here to the very end, but not to be, I'm afraid.
7 candidates remain, and the search for Bill Cullen's apprentice continues. Next week on The Apprentice.
Action!
Show me. You knew I wouldn't have agreed to it.
I know how you feel about this, but as PM, I've decided that we're doing it.
I just always get this negative vibe off her, like she drains the life out of me.
So you're directing it?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
I'm telling you, we don't have time.
I'm telling you we need it. Oh, sorry. My apologies. Sorry, lads. I'll just start again, sorry.
This was a catastrophic loss. You're fired.